Would you believe if I said that one of my favorite parts of the year is exam week? And no, it's not because I'm crazy about studying nonstop for hours on end. And I'm not saying it's the easiest time of the year. Exam week is stressful, but in my experience, there's something particularly rewarding about it. And that feeling starts to kick in right as I walk into a bustling Dartmouth lobby after a long weekend of studying. It's extra busy as piles of backpacks fill up the spaces between the couches and benches. And there are students from all grades, some doing last minute studying, while others are just talking, stressing, complaining together. And there's always the helpful mantra you can recite with your friends: if we fail together. And that feeling follows me right into the exam room where I sit surrounded by familiar faces. And then there's that satisfaction of pouring all the time and energy I've spent into this exam alongside my peers who've worked beside me and with me. And when I can finally walk out of the exam room, all of the rigor feels worth it, especially when it means my friends and I can get hot pot in the wintertime or gelato from the Pru in the summer. Exam week isn't the only demanding part of the school year, though, so my friends and I make sure to have little traditions to look forward to. For every school play, we book our calendars for the Friday show and spend the whole week thinking about the good meal we're going to have. Commonwealth school plays, however, are not the most straightforward. There are always a lot of metaphors inside of metaphors or Shakespearean dialogue, so the tradition has evolved a little over the years, especially after the first few school plays when we realized that maybe we wanted to understand what we'd be seeing instead of being like, that was great, but what just happened? So, along with a perpetual debate over what restaurant we're going to go to, we have a dramatic reading of the play's Wikipedia synopsis, and we found that to be pretty helpful and a lot of fun. We really look forward to those post exam excursions and Friday night dinners, but my group of friends is best known for de stressing in the ceramics studio, and they're always de stressing, so basically they live there. And I've never had an affinity for art related things, but I'm there because they are. But after years of watching them make these incredible things, and with their encouragement as well, I finally decided to take sculpture this year. I wish I could say that I absolutely fell in love with it and that I found my hidden talent and that I'm some sculpture goddess. But unfortunately, that's not the case. And in fact, it was really hard. Most days I struggled with progress or ideas or got frustrated with the process I couldn't get the hang of. There weren't many aha moments, and at times I asked myself, wait, why am I taking this class? Regardless, I'm actually very grateful that I did. I have made one giant yellow mug that I am very proud of, but more than that, I now have a better understanding of why it's important to do things outside of your comfort zone, and why I should push myself even when it doesn't really seem worth it or rewarding. Sculpture was definitely not a stress relieving activity for me at school, but in a surprising turn of events, it has become just that during quarantine. When virtual school started, for 2 weeks, Kyla, our ceramics teacher and sculpture teacher, tried to get us to do something creative and art related, but I didn't feel motivated at all. And given my love hate relationship with sculpture at school, I didn't see how it would help in this even more difficult situation. Kyla eventually sent out an official assignment, and when I lamented to my parents about having no motivation or inspiration, my mother kindly offered to help me out. For my project, I decided to create a tea set out of recyclable materials. And suddenly, sculpture became the homework I looked forward to every day. I couldn't wait to spend the evening at the dining table, crazy gluing plastic lids and cork, or carefully painting delicate flowers on yogurt cups. And it ended up being a good bonding activity for me and my mom. And I'm no Monet, but I'm enjoying painting a lot more than I thought I would. So I learned that even the stressful things like exam week, the difficult things like sculpture, or the confusing things like school plays all have something unexpected to offer. Mr. Wharton always gives a speech at the beginning of the school year to the incoming class, telling them that he hopes they fail at some point in their Commonwealth career. And I don't want to steal too much of Mr. Wharton's thunder, so I'll try not to spoil the rest of his speech. But failing is definitely an important skill to learn. At Commonwealth, though, beyond failing or succeeding, what I found most valuable has been the joy and the satisfaction and the spark in the challenge itself, and getting to experience it all with the people I love. Thank you.